everyone, today I have another driving test for you, and this time you have 115 minutes or 1 hour and 55 minutes to answer 100 multiple choice test questions for LGVs or HGVs. You need to score at least 85 out of the 100 questions to pass the test. So this video is really about lorry driving. If you are considering training to be a lorry driver, or if you are looking for a job, then you probably came across both LGV and HGV types of licenses in your overall search for a job. And the reason why I'm explaining this is because I've seen quite a few comments on other videos about some of you asking about LGVs, some of you asking about HGVs. So I really just wanted to clear this up before we start the test. So what I'm going to do now is just tell you if there is any kind of difference between LGV or HGV. Now, within the UK and also within Europe, there is actually absolutely no difference between LGV and HGV. LGV is just the short term for large goods vehicles, and HGV is short for heavy goods vehicle. So LGV, large goods vehicle, HGV, heavy goods vehicle, okay? Both licenses, they allow you to drive a vehicle which weighs over 3,500 kilograms or 3.5 tons, with different categories outlining the specific size and the type of lorry that you can drive. In 1992, all the licenses categories were changed, so that's probably why some of you know as LGV and some of you know as HGV. For example, the old HGV Class 1 is now officially known as LGV C plus E, and HGV Class 2 training is now known as LGV C. Now, of course, that a lot of people, they still refer to the old style of categorization. So the reason why I'm doing this now and explaining to you is so you don't get confused if any kind of these terms will come up when you are looking for jobs or even when you are looking to book your driving test. So now let's get started with our first question for today. You are scheduled to make a delivery. You arrive at your destination during the morning rush hour. The road is edged with double red lines. What do these lines mean? A. Delay your delivery until after the rush hour. B. Limit your stop to a maximum of 30 minutes. C. Unload only within a red box area. Or D. Unload only within a white box area. And the correct answer is D. Unload only within a white box area. White boxes allow you to unload at any time, but during the day, the length of stay is restricted. You should check nearby signs for the specific times. At other times, when it's not so busy, there may not be any restrictions in terms of parking. Next question. You are often involved in the carrying of high-value goods. What security measures can you adopt? A. Always discuss details of your load. B. Give lifts to anyone for added security. C. Keep your journeys to a strict routine. Or D. Vary your routes and rest stops. And the correct answer is D. Vary your routes and rest stops. When carrying high-value goods, you can become a target for thieves. Avoid developing a set routine or a set pattern. Vary your routes whenever possible to make it difficult for thieves to predict when and where your cargo can be intercepted. Next question. What is the final thing that you should do after you are recoupling a trailer? A. Connect the brake lines. B. Connect the electrical lines. C. Raise the trailer legs. Or D. Release the trailer parking brake. And the correct answer is D. Release the trailer parking brake. It's important to work methodically when you are uncoupling or when you are recoupling a tractor unit and trailer. After recoupling, check that all connections, systems, and lights are working correctly. Next question. Why are ropes unsuitable to tie down a load of scrap metal? A. Ropes are hard to tie. B. Ropes are hard to untie. C. Ropes can wear and snap. Or D. Ropes will loosen in the rain. And the correct answer is C. Ropes can wear and snap. When securing a load, the driver must use the most suitable type of restraint. Scrap metal is likely to have sharp edges that could wear through straps or ropes. Security of the road, security of the load is your responsibility or the driver's responsibility. A load which has been correctly secured shouldn't move if an emergency arises. Question number 5. You are driving a leaden articulated lorry with a maximum authorized mass of 38 tons on a dual carriageway in England. What speed limit applies to your vehicle after passing this sign or the sign on your screens? A. 40 miles per hour. B. 50 miles per hour. C. 60 miles per hour. Or D. 70 miles per hour. And the correct answer is C. 60 miles per hour. 60 miles per hour may be the legal speed limit for a goods vehicle on a dual carriageway in England and Wales, but this doesn't mean that it's safe to drive at that speed. You should always take into account the road that you are driving on, the weather and the traffic conditions, and maintain safety margins. Next question. Which of these signs means that you cannot drive your lorry past this point? Sign A, sign B, sign C, or sign D? And the correct answer is sign B. No motor vehicles are allowed past this sign. Although a motorcycle and car are shown, the restriction applies to all motor vehicles. Next question. What could happen if you drive a double-deck lorry with the top deck loaded and the lower deck empty? A. The brakes will be less effective. B. The lorry may overturn when cornering. C. The lorry will become unstable under normal braking. Or D. You will need to change gear more often. And the correct answer is B. The lorry may overturn when cornering. If you are only carrying half a load on a double-deck lorry, this should be carried on the lower deck whenever possible. With only the top deck loaded, your lorry is top heavy and at risk of overturning as you drive around bends and corners. Next question. When must you notify phone companies that you are moving a high load? A. When the load's height exceeds 4 meters or 13 feet. B. When the load's height exceeds 4.30 meters or 14 feet 2 inches. C. When the load's height exceeds 5 meters or 16 feet 6 inches. Or D. When the load's height exceeds 5.25 meters or 17 feet and 6 inches. And the correct answer is D. When the load's height exceeds 5.25 meters or 17 feet and 6 inches. You should tell telephone companies about your intended route when you are planning the movement of loads over 5.25 meters or 17 feet 6 inches high. You should tell them in plenty of time before you make the journey. Next question. Before you start driving, which of the following should you complete on the center field of your tachograph chart? A. The details of the goods you are carrying. B. The amount of daily rest taken prior to starting the shift. C. The name and the address of your employer. Or D. The starting point of your day's journey. And the correct answer is D. The starting point of your day's journey. Before you start your journey, you must record a number of items on your tachograph chart. One of these is where your journey begins. Question number 10. You are on a motorway. Your lorry has a maximum authorized mass of more than 7.5 tons. What does this sign mean to you? The sign on your screens. A. You can only use the right hand lane. B. You can use the middle or the right hand lane. C. You can't leave the motorway at this junction. Or D. You must not use the right hand lane. And the correct answer is D. You must not use the right hand lane. At motorway roadworks, some lanes may be narrower than normal, and so large vehicles may not be allowed to use those lanes. Look for weight limit signs to check for any lanes that you cannot use. Therefore, move to the appropriate lane in good time. Next question. What is the principal braking system on a lorry called? A. The endurance brake. B. The jake brake. C. The parking brake. Or D. The service brake. And the correct answer is D. The service brake. The service brake is usually operated by the brake pedal. It's used to control the speed of the vehicle and to bring it to a halt safely. It may also incorporate an anti-lock braking system. Next question. When is a high-sided vehicle most affected by side wind? A. When the vehicle is being reversed. B. When it's stationary. C. When it's traveling empty. Or D. When it's traveling loaded. And the correct answer is C. When the vehicle is traveling empty. Take care if you are driving an empty high-sided vehicle when it's windy outside. Watch for places where the conditions could suddenly change, such as a gap between buildings or when you are passing under a bridge. Reduce your speed and stay alert for other road users who are also affected by these weather conditions. Next question. You are driving a lorry towards a high bridge on a windy day. What should you expect? A. Changed weight limits. B. Lane closures. C. Minimum speed limits. Or D. No restrictions for lorries. And the correct answer is B. Lane closures. In windy weather, exposed stretches of road may have lane closures or there may be diversions for some types of vehicles. Consider this when you are planning your journey because delays like this will add to your driving time. Next question. Which vehicle is most at risk in windy conditions? A. High-sided lorry. B. Saloon car. C. Single deck bus. Or D. Tractor unit. And the correct answer is A. High-sided lorry. High-sided vehicles are severely affected by side wind because of the large surface area of the bodywork. The risk of loss of control is increased if the vehicle is unladen. Question number 15. During your working day, you change to another vehicle with the same type of tachograph. How should you keep your tachograph record up to date? A. Install a new chart in the other vehicle. B. Record your driving hours in a record book. C. Take the chart with you and use it in the other vehicle. Or D. Use the chart that's already in the other vehicle. And the correct answer is C. Take the chart with you and use it in the other vehicle. If you change vehicles during the day, you should take your chart with you and use it in your next vehicle. This, however, is not always possible as charts produced by different manufacturers may not be interchangeable. In this case, you should use another chart, making sure that all of the information for the day is recorded. Next question. You are driving an articulated lorry on a narrow road. There is a left-hand bend ahead. Why may you need to move out before driving around the bend? A. To leave more room for braking. B. To make room for the trailer cutting in. C. To make sure that oncoming drivers see you. Or D. To prevent anyone from overtaking. And the correct answer is B. To make room for the trailer cutting in. You should always be aware of the amount of room your trailer needs when you are going around the bends and corners. If you need to go onto the other side of the road, make sure that there is no oncoming traffic before you move out. Next question. Which of these vehicles will be most at risk of rollover when laden? Vehicle A, Vehicle B, Vehicle C, or Vehicle D? And the correct answer is Vehicle A. Rollover usually happens as a result of the inside rear wheels of an articulated vehicle starting to lift when the driver changes direction sharply. This tends to happen when a driver is changing direction to leave a roundabout. If the load moves during the change of direction, the vehicle is increasingly at risk of rolling over. The problem often involves vehicles carrying fluids in bulk, such as carrying petrol. Next question. What is prohibited when a red route is in operation? A. Changing lanes. B. Overtaking. C. Stopping or parking. Or D. Straddling the lines. And the correct answer is C. Stopping or parking. The hours of operation of red routes vary from one area to another. So, as a rule, you must not stop on a red route, but there may be special marked boxes where loading and unloading can be carried out at certain times. Look out for signs giving information about the restrictions in place. For example, the sign that you see at the bottom of your screen, where you see the red route, but it's also giving you specific instructions where you can't stop on any day between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., except for loading for 20 minutes between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. But of course, it will vary depending on the area, so please make sure that you always check the extra information. Next question. How frequently should the components of a fifth wheel coupling be inspected? A. Daily. B. Monthly. C. Weekly. Or D. Yearly. And the correct answer is B. Monthly. A fifth wheel must be maintained properly. It requires regular lubrication and inspection. This should be carried out monthly or every 10,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. Question number 20. You are loading goods of varying weights. How should they be distributed over the width of the vehicle? A. Heavy items at the front and light items at the rear. B. Heavy items near the center line, light items towards the sides. C. Light items at the front, heavy items at the rear. Or D. Light items near the center line and heavy items towards the sides. And the correct answer is B. Heavy items near the center line and light items towards the sides. To achieve maximum stability, the load should be placed to keep the center of gravity as low as possible. To do this, heavy items should be placed close to the center line and spread over the full length of the vehicle. Lighter items should be placed along the sides. Question number 21. What could be the result of overloading an axle while loading a lorry? A. Damage to the road surface. B. Damage to the tachograph. C. Increased tire life. Or D. Reduced tire temperature. And the correct answer is A. Damage to the road surface. Overloading an axle has an impact on the environment, causing damage to road surfaces. You also risk a fine and driving penalties. Next question. Which load may need to be transported at a controlled temperature? A. Beer barrels. B. Bulk grain. C. Chemicals. Or D. Sugar. And the correct answer is C. Chemicals. Some highly dangerous chemicals have to be transported at prescribed temperature. Drivers must be fully trained in the use of these specially designed temperature controlled vehicles. Next question. What should staff from AGEM Revenue and Customs or the HMRC be looking for at a roadside check? A. Driver's hours records. B. Exhaust emissions. C. Red diesel. Or D. Vehicle defects. And the correct answer is C. Red diesel. HMRC can check the type of fuel you are using and the type and legality of your load. Red diesel is dyed gas oil with a lower tax than regular diesel. It can only be used in agricultural and construction vehicles such as tractors. Red diesel must not be used in freight transport. Next question. You are uncoupling a trailer. What must you do before disconnecting any of the airlines? A. Apply the trailer parking brake. B. Disconnect the electrical line. C. Drain the air tanks. Or D. Lower the landing gear. And the correct answer is A. Apply the trailer parking brake. Whenever you uncouple a trailer, you must work through the uncoupling process methodically. Start by making sure that the brakes are applied on both the vehicle and the trailer. Question number 25. What can happen to drivers who break EU tachograph regulations? A. They can be given 3 warnings. B. They can be heavily fined. C. They can be let off if they are new to using tachographs. Or D. They can have their passport withdrawn. And the correct answer is B. They can be heavily fined. The driver must take responsibility and follow the driver's hours and the tachograph rules. Failure to do so can result in legal action and penalties, such as a fine. Next question. What must you do when you are using a vehicle fitted with an analog tachograph? A. Carry enough approved charts. B. Reuse charts twice. C. Use the damaged charts if they are clean. Or D. Use dirty charts if they are undamaged. And the correct answer is A. Carry enough approved charts. Make sure that you carry enough approved tachograph charts for your journey. Store your spare charts in a plastic wallet to keep them clean and undamaged. Next question. Under EU rules, your minimum daily rest is 11 hours. On 3 days of the week, this may be reduced to what length of time? A. 10 hours. B. 7 hours. C. 8 hours. Or D. 9 hours. And the correct answer is D. 9 hours. Under EU rules, you must have a minimum daily rest of 11 consecutive hours. A reduced daily rest period is any period of rest of at least 9 hours but less than 11 hours. Next question. You are approaching a bridge which has no height restriction on it. What's the minimum height under the bridge? A. 3.6 meters or 11 feet and 10 inches. B. 4.4 meters or 14 feet 5 inches. C. 4.8 meters or 16 feet. Or D. 5 meters or 16 feet and 6 inches. And the correct answer is D. 5 meters or 16 feet and 6 inches. The headroom under bridges in the UK is at least 5 meters or 16 feet and 6 inches unless otherwise stated. Where the overhead clearance is arched, this headroom is normally only between the limits marked. So, unless you see a bridge which has no signs on it, most of the bridges will have a height limit sign. So, please make sure that you pay attention to those. Next question. You arrive at an incident involving a motorcyclist. The motorcyclist is unconscious and bleeding. What should be your priority? A. Check the casualties airway. B. Make a list of witnesses. C. Sweep up any loose debris. Or D. Take the numbers of the vehicles involved. And the correct answer is A. Check the casualties airway. At a traffic incident, the danger of further collisions and fire needs to be dealt with first. Then you should deal with injuries in this order: airway, breathing, compressions, and bleeding. Don't remove a motorcyclist's helmet unless it's essential to do so. Removing that helmet might actually cause further injury to the motorcyclist. Question number 30. You have stopped at the scene of an incident where there are casualties. What should you do to help? A. Clear debris from the road. B. Give injured people a warm drink. C. Keep injured people on the move by walking them around. Or D. Keep injured people warm and comfortable. And the correct answer is D. Keep injured people warm and comfortable. You stop to give help at an incident and there are casualties. Don't move injured people unless there is further danger. Keep them warm, comfortable, and calm. Don't give them anything to drink. Next question. What should you do if you are the first person to arrive at the scene of an incident? A. Ask everyone who is not injured to leave the scene. B. Offer a calming cigarette to those involved. C. Take photographs of the scene. Or D. Warn other traffic to prevent further collisions. And the correct answer is D. Warn other traffic to prevent further collisions. Warn other traffic of the incident without putting yourself or others at risk. Once the danger of further collisions is dealt with, call the emergency services. And while you are waiting for the emergency services to arrive, keeping casualties or witnesses calm is important, but never offer a cigarette because of the risk of fire. Next question. You arrive at the scene of an incident where a motorcyclist is lying in the middle of the road and the motorcyclist is unconscious. What is the first thing that you should do? A. Clear the road of debris. B. Give the rider reassurance. C. Move the rider out of the road. Or D. Warn other traffic. And the correct answer is D. Warn other traffic. At the scene of an incident, the first priority is to prevent any further collisions by warning the traffic. You can warn other traffic by switching on your hazard warning lights or displaying an advanced warning triangle or by any other appropriate means. Next question. Your steering suddenly becomes heavy to turn. What could make this happen? A. A fault with the power assisted steering. B. A faulty parking brake. C. A loss of air brake pressure. Or D. An uneven road surface. And the correct answer is A. A fault with the power assisted steering. If the steering becomes heavy, the power assisted steering may have failed. It's also possible that your vehicle has a puncture or the load might have shifted. You should stop safely, investigate the cause, and call for help if necessary. Next question. How can you help to reduce the impact of road transport on the environment? A. By avoiding high gears. B. By braking in good time. C. By increasing your overall speed. Or D. By reducing rest periods. And the correct answer is B. By braking in good time. Good forward planning will reduce fuel consumption and engine emissions. This will cause less wear on the vehicle and the tires, as well as reducing environmental pollution. Question number 35. What should you do to prevent fuel spillage? A. Close and secure the filler cap. B. Place the drip tray correctly. C. Stop refueling when the tank is half full. Or D. Use a filtered fuel system. And the correct answer is A. Close and secure the filler cap. Fuel spilled on the road is a serious danger to other road users, especially to motorcyclists. To prevent this from happening, make sure that the filler cap is secure after refueling. Next question. At a junction, you see this sign, which is on your screens, partly covered by snow. What does the sign mean? A. Crossroads. B. Give way. C. Stop. Or D. Turn right. And the correct answer is C. Stop. The stop sign is the only sign in the shape of a hexagon. This helps you to recognize the sign even when the wording on it can't be seen. Next question. What should you do if you see this sign when you are about to overtake? So please refer to the sign on your screens right now. A. Hold back until you can see clearly ahead. B. Move to the right to get a better view. C. Overtake the other driver as quickly as possible. Or D. Switch your headlights on before you overtake. And the correct answer is A. Hold back until you can see clearly ahead. You won't be able to see any hazards that might be out of sight in the dip. As well as oncoming traffic, there may be cyclists, horse riders, parked vehicles, or pedestrians hidden from view. Only start to overtake when you can see that the road ahead is clear, giving you enough time to overtake safely. Next question. You are at an incident. Why may it be harmful to move a casualty? A. You could be accused of assault. B. You could cause more injury. C. You could damage your back. Or D. You could get blood on your hands. And the correct answer is B. You could cause more injury. Be especially careful about moving casualties at the scene of an incident. Inexperienced handling of a casualty could cause even more injury or could even prove to be fatal. Only move casualties if they are in danger, for example, from fire. Next question. What does this sign mean? So, as usual, please refer to the sign on your screens. A. No stopping at any time. B. No stopping at peak times. C. Stop only to pick up passengers. Or D. Stop only to set down passengers. And the correct answer is A. No stopping at any time. This traffic sign means no stopping on the main carriageway at any time, not even to set down passengers. However, you may stop in a lay-by. Question number 40. Which of these signs shows an uphill gradient? Sign A, sign B, sign C, or sign D? So uphill gradient. And the correct answer is sign C. You will need to identify the sign in good time so that you can select an appropriate gear. Next question. Which of these signs means uneven road? Sign A, sign B, sign C, or sign D? And the correct answer is sign B. Some signs can look similar to others, but each one has a different meaning. For example, this sign looks a little like the sign for a hump bridge. Learn the meaning of every sign to prepare yourself for how to react to them. Next question. Which fuel provides a reduction in exhaust emissions harmful to human health? A. Blue diesel. B. High sulfur diesel. C. Low sulfur diesel. Or D. Red diesel? And the correct answer is C. Low sulfur diesel. Low sulfur diesel reduces the levels of sulfur dioxide particles in exhaust emissions. It's widely available and makes a contribution to reducing emissions which are harmful to human health. Next question. What should you do if you lose your way in heavy traffic? A. Check a map as you keep moving with the traffic. B. Drive on until you find a safe place to stop. C. Shout to other drivers to ask them the way. Or D. Stop at traffic lights and ask pedestrians. And the correct answer is B. Drive on until you find a safe place to stop. Driving in heavy traffic needs 100% of your concentration. If you become lost, please find a safe place to stop before you check a map or before you ask for directions. Don't risk losing concentration by glancing at a map while you are driving, even if you are in traffic that keeps stopping. Next question. You notice that one of your tires has a bulge in the side wall. What will happen if you drive the vehicle? A. The vehicle will become unstable on corners. B. You will break the law and risk prosecution. C. Your speedometer will give an incorrect reading. Or D. Your tachograph reading won't be accurate. And the correct answer is B. You will break the law and you will risk prosecution. It is a legal requirement that your tires have at least the minimum permitted depth of tread and are in good condition before you start any journey. Make sure that you check them before you set off and you check them at regular intervals. Question number 45. Your vehicle is more than 3 meters or 9 feet and 10 inches high. Where is this information displayed? A. In the driver's cab. B. In the engine bay. C. On the weight plate. Or D. On the windscreen. And the correct answer is A. In the driver's cab. It is a legal requirement that information about a vehicle's height can be seen by the driver from their seat. It's important to know the height of your vehicle so that you can avoid any height restrictions on your route. Next question. What will cause your fuel consumption to increase? A. Continuous use of air conditioning. B. Continuous use of the air suspension. C. Continuous use of the electrical retarder. Or D. Continuous use of the mirrors. And the correct answer is A. Continuous use of the air conditioning. Use your air conditioning only when it's absolutely necessary. Running it continuously increases overall fuel consumption by up to 15%. Next question. How can vehicle breakdowns be reduced? A. By avoiding bad weather. B. By driving slowly. C. By regular cleaning. Or D. By regular servicing. And the correct answer is D. By regular servicing. Following the vehicle manufacturer's guidelines for service intervals will enable worn components to be replaced before they fail. This will help prevent costly breakdowns. Next question. What could happen if you overfill your engine with oil? A. Exhaust emissions could be reduced. B. Some gaskets might be damaged. C. The handling may improve. Or D. You could wait longer before the next service. And the correct answer is B. Some gaskets might be damaged. If you overfill the engine with oil, you could cause the engine to build up too much pressure when it's running. This could cause damage to oil seals and gaskets. Next question. Your engine catches fire. What should you do before you attempt to put the fire out? A. Drive to the nearest fire station. B. Empty the air tanks. C. Open the engine housing wide. or D, shut off the fuel supply? And the correct answer is D, shut off the fuel supply. An engine fire is serious. If the fire breaches the fuel lines, it can easily spread to the fuel tank. If that happens, both the vehicle and the cargo will probably be lost. Therefore, your priority is to shut off the fuel supply. Question number 50. When should you consider the effect of a speed limiter will have on your vehicle? A, when you are braking. B, when you change gears. C, when you are overtaking. Or D, when you are reversing. And the correct answer is C, when you overtake. Plan well ahead before you overtake. Be aware that a speed limiter may cause you difficulties when you are trying to overtake another vehicle, particularly when climbing a hill. Next question. You are driving a large vehicle in gusty conditions. Which vehicle is most likely to be affected by buffeting when you overtake it? A, a car. B, a flatbed lorry. C, a loaded tanker. Or D, a motorcycle. And the correct answer is D, a motorcycle. The lighter the vehicle, the more likely it is to be affected by the buffeting from your vehicle in windy weather. Give motorcyclists and cyclists extra room when you overtake them, as your vehicle's draught can easily upset their control and balance. Next question. What should anti-lock brakes let you do when you have to stop in an emergency? A, brake more gently. B, brake much later. C, maintain steering control. Or D, stop over a long distance. And the correct answer is C, maintain steering control. Anti-lock brakes, or ABS, are a driver's aid and can help you maintain steering control whilst you are braking. However, you must not rely on them to get you out of trouble or expect to be able to make sudden direction changes if you are going too fast. Next question. You approach a pelican crossing which goes straight across the road. How must you treat the pelican crossing if it has a central island? A, as one continuous crossing. B, as one crossing in daylight only. C, as two crossings during darkness. Or D, as two separate crossings. And the correct answer is A, as one continuous crossing. A pelican crossing which goes straight across the road must be treated as one continuous crossing even if it has a central island. The lights controlling the crossing show to both directions of traffic. You must give way to pedestrians who are still crossing when the amber light is flashing. Next question. What must you check before you set out on a journey? A, that your mirrors are clean. B, that your mirrors are concave. C, that your mirrors are convex. Or D, that your mirrors are tinted. And the correct answer is A, that your mirrors are clean. It's important to know what's happening behind as well as ahead. Your mirrors must always be clean and properly adjusted. Question number 55. What should you do if you feel tired while you are driving on a motorway? A. Carry on but drive slowly. B. Leave the motorway at the next exit. C. Stop on the hard shoulder for a rest. Or D. Try to complete your journey more quickly. And the correct answer is B. Leave the motorway at the next exit. Don't continue to drive if you feel the onset of tiredness. Find a safe place to stop and rest. Walking around in fresh air during your break will help, but it's not a substitute for adequate rest. Next question. What problem may you have when you are driving at night? A. It takes longer to stop. B. It's more difficult to keep to the speed limits. C. There will be an increase in traffic. Or D. You will have reduced visibility. And the correct answer is D. You will have reduced visibility. You must be able to stop safely in the distance that you can see to be clear ahead. This will be the distance illuminated by your headlights or by street lights and will generally be less than you can see in the daylight. Next question. You are in the left-hand lane on a 3-lane motorway. Why should you check for any vehicles in the right-hand lane before you decide to overtake? A. They may accelerate briskly in front of you. B. They may be moving faster than you. C. They may cut in sharply behind you. Or D. They may move back in the middle lane as you move out. And the correct answer is D. They may move back to the middle lane as you move out of the lane. Vehicles overtaking in the right-hand lane may return to the center lane when they finished their maneuver. You should look for this before starting to pull out. Don't rely on the size of your vehicle to claim right of way. Next question. Why should you check for motorcyclists just before you turn right into a side road? A. They might be emerging from the side road. B. They might be following you closely. C. They might be overtaking on your left. Or D. They might be overtaking on your right. And the correct answer is D. They might be overtaking on your right. Never attempt to change direction to the right without first checking your right-hand mirror. A motorcyclist might not have seen your signal and could have decided to overtake. This action should be a matter of routine. Next question. What happens at two-cone crossings? A. Cyclists are not permitted. B. Pedestrians and cyclists may cross. C. There is a continuously flashing amber beacon. Or D. You only stop when a pedestrian is waiting. And the correct answer is B. Pedestrians and cyclists may cross on the crossing. Two-cone crossings can be used by cyclists and by pedestrians. Some cycle routes lead cyclists to these crossings. Always look out for cyclists as they are likely to be approaching much faster than pedestrians. Question number 60. What action would you take when elderly people are crossing the road? A. Be patient and allow them to cross in their own time. B. Rev the engine to let them know that you are waiting. C. Tap the horn in case they are hard of hearing. Or D. Wave them across so that they know that you've seen them. And the correct answer is A. Be patient and allow them to cross in their own time. Don't hurry elderly people across the road by getting too close to them or by revving the engine. Be aware that they might take longer to cross. They might also have hearing difficulties and they maybe wouldn't hear you approaching. Next question. You are approaching this roundabout and you see the cyclist signaling right. Why is the cyclist keeping to the left? Please check the image on your screens and let's have a look at the options. A. It's a quicker route. B. The highway code doesn't apply to cyclists. C. They may use the left-hand lane to turn right. Or D. They are going to turn left instead. And the correct answer is C. They may use the left-hand lane to turn right. Cyclists in today's heavy traffic can be hazardous. Some cyclists might not feel happy about crossing the path of traffic to take up a position in an outside lane. So please be aware of this and understand that even though they are in the left-hand lane, the cyclist might actually be turning right. Next question. Why must these road markings be kept clear? Please refer to the photo or picture on your screens. So, why must the markings be kept clear? A. To allow an unobstructed view of the area. B. To allow school children to be dropped off. C. To allow school children to be picked up. Or D. To allow teachers to park. And the correct answer is A. To allow an unobstructed view of the area. Keeping the markings clear ensures that drivers and riders passing and children crossing have a clear, unrestricted view of each other. Next question. You are on a country road. What should you expect to see coming towards you on your side of the road? A. Bicycles. B. Horse riders. C. Motorcycles. Or D. Pedestrians. And the correct answer is D. Pedestrians. On a quiet country road, always be aware that there may be a hazard just around the next bend, such as a slow-moving vehicle or pedestrians. There might not be a pavement and people may be walking on your side of the road. Next question. A horse rider is in the left-hand lane approaching a roundabout. What should you expect the rider to do? A. Go ahead. B. Go in any direction. C. Turn left. Or D. Turn right. And the correct answer is B. Go in any direction. Horses and their riders will move more slowly than other road users. They might not have time to cut across heavy traffic to take up a position in the offside lane when they are turning right. It could also be hazardous for them to do that. Therefore, a horse and the rider may approach a roundabout in the left-hand lane even though they are in fact turning right. Question number 65. You are driving through a tunnel. What should you do if your vehicle breaks down? A. Rely on CCTV cameras seeing you. B. Remain in your vehicle. C. Switch on hazard warning lights. Or D. Wait for the police to find you. And the correct answer is C. Switch on your hazard warning lights. If your vehicle breaks down in a tunnel, it could present a danger to other traffic. So first, switch on your hazard warning lights. If there are passengers in your vehicle, take them to the nearest exit point. You should then call for help from an emergency telephone. Don't rely on being found by the police or on being seen by a CCTV camera. The longer a vehicle stays in an exposed position, the more danger it poses to other traffic. Next question. What should you do if a front tire bursts while you are driving on a motorway? A. Brake firmly to a stop. B. Drive to the next service area. C. Hold the steering wheel firmly. Or D. Loosen your grip on the steering wheel. And the correct answer is C. Hold the steering wheel firmly. A front tire bursting will seriously reduce your control of the vehicle. So please keep calm and resist the temptation to brake hard or to swerve. Hold the steering wheel firmly and try to get the vehicle onto the hard shoulder while allowing it to slow down gradually. Stop as far to the left as you possibly can and switch on your hazard warning lights. Next question. You are following a motorcyclist along a potholed road. How should you adjust your driving to take account of this situation? A. Drive alongside them. B. Give them extra room. C. Stay close behind them. Or D. Try to pass them. And the correct answer is B. Give them extra room. Good forward planning can help you keep other road users out of trouble. Information to help you do this is available if you look for it. Watch for clues, for example, a motorcyclist taking a lifesaver look over their shoulder could be about to change direction. Next question. What should you do when you are following a scooter on a poor road surface? A. Overtake without any delay. B. Sound your horn as you get close. C. Stay close behind until you can pass. Or D. Stay well back and allow them room. And the correct answer is D. Stay well back and allow them room. On a poor road surface, the rider may need to move out to avoid potholes. You may not get much warning. A look to the right or a lifesaver check may warn you that they are about to move out. Stay well back and allow the rider plenty of room until you can pass safely. Next question. Under EU rules, you can drive for a maximum of 9 hours a day. On how many days each week can this be extended to 10 hours? A. 4 days. B. 1 day. C. 3 days. Or D. 2 days. And the correct answer is D. 2 days. Under EU rules, your normal daily driving time must not exceed 9 hours. This 9-hour period is defined as the time between any two daily rest periods or a daily rest period and a weekly rest period. You are allowed to extend these hours to 10 hours twice a week. Question number 70. How much longer will your stopping distance be in snow than in dry weather? A. 5 times as long. B. 4 times as long. C. 10 times as long. Or D. Twice as long. And the correct answer is C. 10 times as long. In icy or in snowy weather, your stopping distance can increase by up to 10 times. Because snowy weather increases the distance needed to stop, you must look further ahead and leave an increased safety margin. Next question. What do you need to be aware of when you are driving a vehicle fitted with power assisted steering? A. It causes less tire wear. B. It makes it easier for you to steer. C. It only works at high speeds. Or D. It prevents you from oversteering. And the correct answer is B. It makes it easier for you to steer. Power assisted steering operates when the engine is running. If a fault develops, much greater effort is required to turn the steering wheel. Don't attempt to drive a vehicle if you are aware of a fault in the power steering system. Next question. What is most likely to cause a burst tire? A. Always operating in cool weather. B. Frequent gear changing in varying conditions. C. Mixing tires with different tread depth. Or D. Running tires underinflated. And the correct answer is D. Running tires underinflated. Next question. What is the most likely cause if your steering starts to feel heavy? A. A burst rear tire. B. A wet road. C. An icy road. Or D. Faulty power steering. And the correct answer is D. Faulty power steering. Modern large vehicles are fitted with power assisted steering. If the steering, however, feels heavy, there is likely to be a fault, which should be investigated and repaired as soon as possible. Next question. At toucan crossings, pedestrians share the crossing with which other road users? A. Cyclists. B. Horse riders. C. Motorcyclists. Or D. Trams. And the correct answer is A. Cyclists. A toucan crossing is signal controlled, but unlike a pelican crossing, it doesn't have a flashing amber light in the sequence. Cyclists and pedestrians, they cross together, and cyclists are allowed to ride their bicycles over the crossing. Question number 75. What should the hard shoulder on a motorway be used for? A. As a safe place to stop for a short rest when you are tired. B. As a place to stop to answer a mobile phone. C. As a place to stop to check a road atlas. Or D. As a place to stop when an emergency arises. And the correct answer is D. As a place to stop when an emergency arises. When an emergency arises, pull onto the hard shoulder and use the emergency phone to report your problem. You will be connected to an operator who will put you through to a breakdown service. Never cross the carriageway or a slip road to use a phone. Next question. You are driving in wet conditions. What should you try to do before braking? A. Make sure that all spray suppression equipment is working. B. Make sure that the gear lever is in neutral. C. Make sure that there is no mist on your rear view mirrors. Or D. Make sure that your vehicle is traveling in a straight line. And the correct answer is D. Make sure that your vehicle is traveling in a straight line. If you need to brake when the road surface is wet, do so while your vehicle is traveling in a straight line. This will reduce the risk of skidding. As a professional driver, you should routinely brake in good time so that you don't brake and change direction at the same time. Next question. You are driving on a road with an uneven surface. What should you do if you are following a motorcyclist along this road? A. Allow extra room in case the rider swerves to avoid potholes. B. Drive close behind and get ready to overtake. C. Drive closely to shield the rider. Or D. Leave less room so the rider can see you in their mirrors. And the correct answer is A. Allow extra room in case the rider swerves to avoid potholes. Never follow any road user too closely. This is particularly important when you are following scooter or motorcycle riders or cyclists. They might brake or they might swerve suddenly, for example, to avoid a pothole on a road with a poor surface. Next question. What should you do if a car driver makes a mistake which causes you to brake? A. Drive close behind and sound your horn. B. Flag the driver down and explain the mistake. C. Keep calm and don't retaliate. Or D. Overtake and sound your horn. And the correct answer is C. Keep calm and don't retaliate. Sometimes other road users will disobey the rules or they will make errors of judgment. Try to accept this calmly and learn from their mistakes. Next question. What should you do if another driver does something which upsets you? A. Flash your headlights several times. B. Let them know how you feel. C. Sound your horn. Or D. Stay calm and don't retaliate. And the correct answer is D. Stay calm and don't retaliate. Sometimes other drivers or riders, they make a mistake. If this happens, try not to let this worry you. Don't react by sounding the horn, by flashing your headlights, or by shouting at the other driver. It will not help the situation. A professional driver will remain calm and stay focused on their driving. Question number 80. At an incident, a casualty has stopped breathing. What should you do to help them? A. Raise their legs to help with circulation. B. Remove any obstruction from their mouth. C. Tilt their head as far forward as possible. D. Try to give them something to drink. And the correct answer is B. Remove any obstruction from their mouth. To help a casualty who is not breathing, you should remove any obstructions from their mouth and tilt their head back slightly. These actions will help to keep their airway clear and maintain the correct position if mouth-to-mouth resuscitation is required. Next question. The Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency, or the DVSA, and the police carry out spot checks for faulty vehicles. What will happen to the vehicle if serious defects are found? A. It will be impounded until a new driver is found. B. It will be ordered back to the depot to unload goods or passengers. C. It will be prohibited from further use until the defects are rectified. Or D. It will be restricted to 30 miles per hour for the remainder of the journey. And the correct answer is C. It will be prohibited from further use until the defects are rectified. DVSA or the police can order an immediate prohibition. The vehicle may be immobilized and you won't be able to drive it until the faults have been rectified. Details are notified to the traffic commissioner. Never use a vehicle which you know is faulty. Next question. Bus and lorry tires have codes on their sidewalls. What do these codes refer to? A. Minimum temperature. B. Running pressure. C. Speed capability. Or D. Tread depth. And the correct answer is C. Speed capability. Codes are shown on the wall of the tire. These refer to the maximum load and speed capability of the tire. Next question. You have parked on the roadside. What must you do before you leave the vehicle? A. Remove your personal items. B. Reset the retarder. C. Stop the engine. Or D. Switch off the tachograph. And the correct answer is C. Stop the engine. Before leaving your vehicle parked, you must stop the engine. The parking brake must be set and the vehicle should be safe and secure when you leave the cab. Next question. You are turning right onto a dual carriageway from a side road. What should you do if your vehicle is too long for the gap in the central reservation? A. Edge out slowly so that other traffic will see you. B. Move forward and wait in the middle. C. Move out, blocking traffic from the right. Or D. Wait until it's clear in both directions. And the correct answer is D. Wait until it's clear in both directions. When you are turning right onto a dual carriageway, don't stop in the gap in the central reservation unless your vehicle will fit in the gap without any overhang. When it's busy, consider turning left and using a roundabout further up the road so you don't have to cross the central reservation. Question number 85. Which of these is the main cause of collisions involving motorcycles? A. Icy roads. B. Other drivers. C. Other motorcyclists. Or D. Wet roads. And the correct answer is B. Other drivers. The main reason why there are so many collisions at junctions is that drivers fail to see motorcyclists. A bright jacket or a single headlight may help you identify an approaching motorcyclist, but you should be aware that not all motorcyclists wear bright clothing or use their headlights during the day. Next question. You are found to be 2.5 times over the legal drink drive limit and you are disqualified from driving. Before you regain your license, who will you have to satisfy that you don't have an alcohol problem? A. Alcoholics Anonymous. B. The Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency. C. The Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency. Or D. The local hospital. And the correct answer is B. The Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency. If you are disqualified from driving because you were 2.5 times over the legal limit, you will be classified as a high-risk offender. Before you can regain your license, you will have to satisfy the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency or the DVLA that you do not have an alcohol problem. Next question. What do yellow zigzag lines on the road outside the school mean? A. Sound your horn to alert other road users. B. Stop to allow children to cross. C. You must not drive over these lines. Or D. You must not wait or park on these lines. And the correct answer is D. You must not wait or park on these lines. Parking on the yellow zigzag lines will block the view of the school entrance. This will endanger the lives of children wanting to cross the road on their way to and from school. Next question. What does this sign mean? A. Double hump bridge. B. Road humps. C. Rumble strips. Or D. Uneven road. And the correct answer is D. Uneven road. Slow down when you see a warning sign for an uneven road. Be especially careful if you are carrying passengers, livestock, or fragile items. Next question. You are reversing your vehicle. What should you do while the audible warning device is operating? A. Be cautious and keep looking all around. B. Concentrate solely on your blind areas. C. Expect others to be aware of your course. Or D. Rely on a clear path behind. And the correct answer is A. Be cautious and keep looking all around. Don't rely on an audible warning device to claim right of way. It's your responsibility to be cautious and take all-around observation while you are reversing. Question number 90. Where can you get help to plan your route before you start a journey? A. A motoring organization. B. The Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency. C. Your local filling station. Or D. Your vehicle manufacturer. And the correct answer is A. A motoring organization. Most motoring organization websites allow you to create a detailed plan of your trip showing directions and distances. Some of them also include advice on rest and fuel stops. The Traffic England website will give you information on roadworks and incidents along with expected delay times. Next question. What would be the most likely effect of driving with the ref counter in the red band? A. You would create a false tachograph reading. B. You would damage the engine. C. You would have optimum fuel economy. Or D, you would improve engine efficiency. And the correct answer is B, you would damage the engine. Driving with the rev counter in the red band will cause the engine to wear prematurely and can lead to expensive repairs. This could result in the vehicle being off the road for some time. Next question. What should you do to help your concentration when you have to drive through the night? A. Eat a big meal in the middle of your shift. B. Eat a meal at the beginning of your shift. C. Eat lots of snacks while you are driving. Or D. Eat nothing during your period of work. And the correct answer is B. Eat a meal at the beginning of your shift. Concentration will be improved by eating regular light meals timed to fit in with your scheduled rest periods. If you don't eat at all, your blood sugar levels will drop and you will feel tired. If you just eat snack foods, most of which are sugary or high in fat, your energy levels will peak and then drop, and eating while you are driving is a dangerous distraction. Next question. Under EU driver's hours regulations, a 45-minute break must be taken after 4.5 hours of driving. What shorter breaks can this be split onto? A. One break of 10 minutes plus one break of 35 minutes. B. One break of 15 minutes, then another of 30 minutes. C. One break of 20 minutes plus another break of 25 minutes. Or D. One break of 40 minutes plus one break of 5 minutes. And the correct answer is B. One break of 15 minutes plus one break of 30 minutes. Under EU regulations, you must take a break of at least 45 minutes after 4.5 hours of driving. You may choose to take this break during the driving period. In this case, it can be split into two breaks of at least 15 and 30 minutes taken in that order. Next question. What is the first thing that you should try to do if your vehicle catches fire whilst you are driving through a tunnel? A. Drive out of the tunnel. B. Stop and leave the vehicle immediately. C. Stop and put out the fire. Or D. Stop at the side of the tunnel. And the correct answer is A. Drive out of the tunnel. If your vehicle catches fire in a tunnel, you should first try to drive the vehicle out, but only if you can do that safely. Next question. Question number 95. What helps you to become an eco-safe driver? A. Accelerating rapidly. B. Avoiding block changing. C. Being aware of hazards. Or D. Using air conditioning. And the correct answer is C. Being aware of hazards. Driving in an eco-safe manner means that you plan well ahead for hazards and you react in good time. This can save fuel and is therefore good for the environment. Next question. Where can the axle weight limits be found? A. On the operator's license. B. On the vehicle plate. C. On the weighbridge printout. Or D. On the wheel rims. And the correct answer is B, on the vehicle plate. Individual axle weights are shown on the vehicle plate. This can be found in a prominent place on both the vehicle and the trailer. Next question. Who is responsible for the issue of tachograph charts to a bus or a lorry driver? A, the Driver and Vehicle Standards Agency. B, the Authorized Calibration Center. C, the driver's employer. Or D, the local MOT testing center. And the correct answer is C, the driver's employer. The driver's employer is responsible for the issue of tachograph charts. The driver must ensure that the correct information is recorded on the chart. Next question. You are at the scene of a collision. People sadly are injured. What should be done when the risk of further collisions has been dealt with? A, clear a parking area for the emergency services. B, get the casualties to drink something sweet. C, make sure the emergency services have been called. Or D, pull people who are hurt out of their vehicles. And the correct answer is C, make sure that the emergency services have been called. Make sure that you or someone else has called the emergency services. Check the casualties, and if you feel able to give first aid, you can do so. Alternatively, ask any bystanders if they can help. Next question. What does this sign mean? A, fuel and water tanks will leak. B, only cars may park here. C, parking restrictions apply. Or D, soft verges. And the correct answer is D, soft verges. This sign tells you that the verge is soft. If you park here, there is a danger that your vehicle will become stuck. This can be inconvenient and could also be costly if you need to be pulled out. In extreme cases, your vehicle may even tip over. Question number 100 and our last question for today. How often must an analog tachograph be checked at an approved calibration center? A, every 5 years. B, every 6 years. C, every 2 years. Or D, every year. And the correct answer is C, every 2 years. An analog tachograph must be checked every 2 years and recalibrated and sealed every 6 years. This must be done at an approved calibration center. Digital tachographs, unlike the analog tachographs, must be recalibrated every 2 years. Thank you so much for staying with me today. I hope you learned something new and I hope this video was helpful. Please don't forget to make sure that you like, subscribe, share, and also don't forget to keep those notification bells on so you are the first one to know of any new videos I upload. For now, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!